I'm going to show you what's going on today. We got the stripes on the Camaro, the 67 Camaro. And what I'm going to do today is I will wet sand these parts down, and then I will back tape all the black, and then we'll paint the red on top of the parts that have the stripes. So, you're probably asking yourself, why did you paint the stripes without painting the red? Now, the reason we did this, or should I say the reason I did it, is because I don't want to have any tape lines, if that makes any sense. So by taping each color individually, or should I say painting each color individually and then taping them off and then painting the other color, instead of putting layers and layers on top of each other, what it does, it eliminates tape lines when you clear coat it. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and that's going to be pretty much an all-day job to get all this done. I got the bedside, or should I say I got the bed, the truck bed is on the stand here. This thing needs to be sandblasted seriously bad. You can see that. To sandblast a bed like this, to do it the proper right way, isn't cheap. The reason is because it's got a lot of surface rust on it. So we're not just blasting the paint off. We got to have all the metal completely cleaned off. And to blast this type of a situation is around $500. That's a $500 blast job that you're looking at. And we don't know if the owner's going to do it or not. We got to see what the owner has to say. But this bed has to be blasted. There's no way out of it to do the job the right way. I went out this morning to go bike riding, and the weather was too cold. I had to turn around and come back. I'm not going to go out there and catch a cold and kill myself. But I got Minnie's bike sitting here. I'm trying to get her back into riding bikes. And as you can see, both of her tires are flat. Both tires are flat. That's because, and look how filthy dirty it is. You can see how dirty it is. That's because last year, she decided she only wanted to go riding probably 3 times last year. So she's trying to get back into riding bikes again. She had a lot of serious problems last year that kept her from riding. But hopefully she'll be riding this year and things will be looking up. So let's go in here now that we've seen what we're doing today. We'll get back to doing our video. And I want to go ahead and say this ain't going to be a long video. This is going to be a short video. I got a lot of work to do today. But I want to do a shout out for a guy named Simon. And we're going to go to his YouTube page right here. And Simon just opened up a YouTube channel, and it's called Frisky Rabbits. He's got 47 subscribers. I told him I'd do a shout out for him. And I want to give Simon a little advice. When you turn your comments off, like you got here, you don't get a lot of subscribers. You have to be able to let people interchange with you and comment on your content, because YouTube is designed that way. And you need to turn the comments on if you want to get more views. So this is Simon right here. And here's some of his music. Okay, so there's a sample of his music we're listening to. And my personal opinion, I think it's actually pretty good. So now we got a commercial. Hang on one second, guys. Here we go. And Simon is in Australia. So let's do a big shout out. And if you can, support your local YouTuber. Like I said, he just opened this YouTube channel. Here's a angle of it right here. And he's only got 47 subscribers. So if you have a chance, get on YouTube, Frisky Rabbits, Dash Topic, subscribe to his channel. It doesn't take nothing to do that. And show everybody that you support YouTube. So good luck to Simon out there. I hope Simon is successful on YouTube, more successful than my friend Pete, you might say. I've been doing YouTube for almost 15 years, and on this particular channel, I only have 66,000 subscribers, and we get YouTubers out there that open YouTube channels and become instant successes for doing nothing, taking a brush and taking a throwaway brush and doing that. And then, they get 67 million hits on it. And the next thing you know, they're multi-billionaires from making YouTube videos. Seems like that's what everybody wants to do these days. They want to make YouTube videos, or they want to take the easy road out. They don't want to work, They want to be, what do they call that, where you work at home? Remote workers. That way, they don't have to pay any bills. They can live in their car and travel around and open up a YouTube channel. And, look at me. I'm a videographer. I'm a photographer and a videographer. Oh, so you have a YouTube channel. Gosh, how did you know I had a YouTube channel? And, you ask these people to live in their cars, because there's a lot of them here. Trust me. There's a lot of passerbyers that pass through this town that I live in, and they live in their vans, they live in their cars, and I call them van life myself, but they don't have jobs. And if you ask them what they do for a living, the only answer they'll give is they're remote workers. So more than likely, they're trust fund babies. And mommy and daddy and grandma and grandpa pay their way. I was in 7-Eleven one morning and getting coffee after riding my bike. And this guy walks in and he pulls out a gold card, an American gold card. And the cashier guy behind the register looks at the card and says, "Do you have an ID for this card, sir?" Because the kid didn't match the use of this card, if that makes any sense. Basically, the guy didn't look like he would be the type that would have a card like that. He pulls out his wallet and he opens it up. Of course, he ain't got no money in it. He doesn't have nothing in there. And he pulls his license out. He shows the guy, "Well, this ain't your card." "Well, yeah, it's my grandpa's card." "This is your grandpa's card." "Yeah, that's my grandpa's card. It's not my card. It's my grandpa's card." So anyway, the guy swipes it. It's a good card. I mean, what's going on in the world today, people? It's ridiculous. But we're not going to get all into that, because I'm going to go ahead and let you know that this is going to be the last live video that I do for a very long time. The reason is because of the platform. We're not going to mention names of the platform. We know what platform we're on. And we don't have freedom of speech. There's no freedom of speech unless you're standing on a street corner on a public byway or passway of a public area, and you're standing on a public sidewalk, that if you actually really have a job, you actually paid for that sidewalk. Now, if you are a remote worker and you live off grandpa's business card or gold card, well, I don't know if you have the right to stand on the street corner and talk to people and be freedom of speech type person, because you didn't pay taxes for that. But anyway, back to the story. The reason that I'm not going to be making videos anymore is because the platform doesn't like the videos I make. And once you get enough videos posted where that they don't like, they start monitoring your channel on everything and anything you do. And then sooner or later, eventually, they put you on the back shelf of the system, and then you're just there to rot away, and pretty much your channel dies out and becomes nothing. Now, is that fair to somebody like me that's been doing 15 years of service on their platform? Is that fair to me? No, it's not fair. It's not fair. Is it fair that I want to say what I have to say because I'm an honest guy and an upfront guy and I don't shimmy sham around? No, it's not fair. All right, it's not fair. But the thing is that they own this system. They own it. They're the owners of it, and they can do whatever they want. They can tell you to screw off. They can tell you we love you. They can promote your channel, or they can hide your channel. There was somebody told me, they said, you don't have a lot of views on your channel because you've been shadow banned. Now, what shadow banning is, from what I understand, is where YouTube, like I basically said, they take your YouTube channel and they put it in the back corner so nobody will see it. And the only people that see it is basically you guys that are, you know, the followers of this puny little piece of shit fucking YouTube channel that we're on right now. Because that's what it is. It's just a puny little piece of shit YouTube channel. I'm not a big YouTube star. I don't, you know, take out a throwaway brush and go like this, okay, and get 67 million hits. I don't do that. And I speak what's on my mind, and I tell the truth of what I think's going on in the world. And I use words like LBGTQ and BLM, and I am bashed and slandered for that by the platform, that they don't like that. They don't want you to talk about that. Now, let me go ahead and explain this. If I make a video of bashing and slandering LBGTQ, for instance, or possibly BLM, and all of a sudden I get 300,000 or 400,000 views on that video, well, all of a sudden YouTube likes it. YouTube likes it because they will now go ahead and promote the channel because you're getting a lot of hits, and they can put ads on that YouTube video, and they're making money off that YouTube video. But if you're like me and you only get 3,000 to 4,000 hits max, your average is probably 2,500, they ain't gonna do shit for you. You're considered a puny piece of shit, and it's over. Now, I told you that the YouTube live videos are coming to an end. Well, that's for two reasons. One reason is because, once again, the platform doesn't like people like me. They don't want people like me up front talking because they actually support the other party, not the party that should be supported. And when a guy like me comes out and says what's on his mind to people, and then we see all this action going on over here where people are commenting and people are watching, they don't like that. The only time they do like it, like I said, is if you get 400,000 hits or 1,000,000 hits. Then all of a sudden they like it because they'll put ads on there and they will make money off it. Now, the money that a YouTuber makes is about this much compared to that much of what YouTube is actually making from this video. So YouTube is making this much money, while the content creator, which is me, is only making that much money. Now, is that fair? No, that's not fair either. That's not fair either because I'm the one that's creating the content. Now, on my DIY Auto School channel, DIY Auto School YouTube channel, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I was supposed to get this quote-unquote special YouTube plaque. It was a congratulations plaque. It was like a trophy that you made it. You made it to 100,000. I never got one. I emailed them and messaged them and all that. I never got one. I never got one because I don't get millions of hits. You understand what I'm saying? So we got guys and people out there that will get in front of a camera basically like I do. And here's a good example. There's this one guy that he makes videos about real estate. And he talks about how the market's crashing and, you know, housing and this, that, and the other. And it's all about real estate. And he'll sit there in front of a camera basically like I'm doing right now. And he'll sit there and talk for 15 or 20 minutes. And he'll get 700,000 hits, 1,000,000 hits on a video. And YouTube loves the guy. They'll put a commercial every other minute in his videos. And he loves them. They love him. But when I make a video and I speak honestly and truthfully about what's going on in the world, they limit the experience of me posting the video, and they limit the AdSense that I will make on that video, which basically means you aren't getting shit on it. They claim that the advertisers don't like it. Now, I can understand from an advertising view that when you are sitting here talking the truth, I'm going to go ahead and say that again, the truth about LGBTQ and BLM and all this other shit, they don't like that. They don't want people to know the truth, and they won't advertise on a video like that because it all comes down to one word, and that is money. So what that does is when they limit the AdSense, that means that you're not going to make no money on it. Then that means they take your video and they put it out in the shadows and in the back corners and in the cobwebs. So it's not going to be promoted in line with all the other videos that you see when you scroll down. Because once again, I'm going to use that big word, money. Okay, if money is not involved in it, they don't really give a shit about you. Now, here's another thing about making videos, live videos or any videos, is that if you continually do and talk and speak about the same thing, they will eventually close your YouTube channel down. They won't do it personally, but they will use the tactics and the systems and the tools that they have to eventually just peter you out of the system. And, you know, you'll put a video up and then you won't even get 10, 20 views of it. And then that'll make you say, well, fuck it. I don't want to make no more videos on this YouTube channel. I ain't getting no more hits, and it's all bullshit. And then you eventually quit making fucking videos on there. I don't want this channel to become that type of a channel because we are being controlled by the system. More than likely, this video that I'm making now will have limited AdSense due to the fact, by the way, that I'm talking and speaking to you and telling you the truth. The problem we have here is nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody cares about Jesus Christ. Nobody cares about God. All we care about is what? You know, me. It's all about me. And we need to make trillions and billions and quadruple zillions of dollars. And if I'm not making all that, then and you're not part of that, program, then fuck off. We don't want you. That's basically what it amounts to when it comes to doing what I do on YouTube. So there will not be any more live videos. This will be the last basically live video on here. And that is not to say that I'm going to stop completely doing live videos, but we will not have a, what do we call that? A continual system where I will do them once a week or twice a week because of the situation that I do not want to lose this YouTube channel. I had a channel called Cork. It was called Cussorama Cafe. And I used to get on there and make videos about politics and religion and what's going on in the world and blah, blah this and blah, blah that. And I used to tell my mind and be straight up forward. And eventually, YouTube basically closed down the AdSense on that channel and forced me to basically take all those videos off that channel. And now that channel sits in dormant with some little dinky bullshit videos that aren't worth a shit. And, you know, I don't even load videos on that channel anymore. But, so what it comes down to is, I'm sorry to say this, but there will not be live videos as often as we see them. I will still continue to make live videos on DIY Auto School as an update situation to show everybody what's going on in the shop. But as far as me speaking my mind, because I am an American and we don't live in a communist country, that's pretty much over. Another thing is, I will not be going and opening an account on Rumble and getting on there with all the other fucking, you know, loudmouth fucking conspiracy theory motherfuckers that get on there and you know, basically say the same thing I'm saying. I am not a follower in the world. I try to be a leader, and when I say that, I am a leader to myself, not to you. And when I can take myself and portray myself as a leader, that gives you the ideas of what you should do in life. So if you hear me say I'm a leader in life, that doesn't mean I want you to follow me. All right? That means that I am a person that gets off my ass and I do shit in life. I don't know why my computer keeps fucking up, but the video quits playing. I don't know if that's happening to you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to use some cuss words. The internet service in this town fucking sucks. All right? I pay close to $175 a fucking month for my internet service, and it's the worst shit I've ever had in my life. I went to a bike store. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this fucking town I live in. And this is the situation that really puts your mind in the aspect of, is it me? Am I the fucking asshole? Am I the piece of shit? Because everybody I seem to run into in this town is arrogant, smart ass, better than you, and just plain out pathetically fucking mean. I have had so many run-ins with stupid, fucking, arrogant, better than me, myself, and I people in this town than anywhere else in the world. I go into the fucking bike store this morning. No, I'm sorry, yesterday. I think I showed you Minnie's bike. The tires are flat. It needs repaired. It needs updated. I go into this fucking bike store that I've been in there. I've had my bike repaired there several times. The guy that runs the operation is an awesome guy. I know him personally. But I go into this fucking bike store to buy 3 inner tubes. Now, there's 2 types of inner tubes for a bicycle. There's a Presta valve and a Schrader valve. The Schrader valve is the most common one that you probably know, that has the plastic cap that goes on it, kind of like a car tire, and that valve is called a Schrader valve. Then there's another one that is called a Presta valve. Now, the Presta valve is a different type of a valve. It is long and skinny, and to put air in it, you don't just put the pump on it and pump it up. You got to unscrew the stem, all right? And then you can put the air pump on it and press it. And then once you get it off, you got to screw that stem back in or all the air will leak out. So it has a removable stem that is visible instead of encased in a rubber casing like you see on a car tire. So I go in there to get 3 inner tubes because I wanted to have a spare inner tube. Now, these fucking inner tubes in this town are very expensive. Anything you buy here at one of these places, it's a high-end deal because it's a tourist town. So the inner tubes are like $12 a piece at this particular store. Well, since my friend runs the place, I pretty much really don't care because I like to support my friend. I go in there and I ask for the inner tube. I'm looking on the shelf. I don't see the inner tube. Then the guy comes up and he says, well, you're looking in the wrong place. Why don't you look down there? And I'm like, okay. So I look down there, and before I get down there, he gets down there and he says, what do you need? And I need 3 700 series inner tubes, and they're 37Cs. Okay, well, these will do right here. He grabs 3 of them. He puts them up on the counter. And I'm looking at him, and I said, now, I need Presta valve. Are these Schrader or Presta? He goes, Schrader? What's a Schrader? I've never heard of Schrader. You've never heard of a Schrader valve tube? No, I've never heard of that before. Never heard of it. And he's one of these arrogant, young, you can tell he's a mama's boy, motherfucking piece of shit punks. He's got his little mustache. This is the most popular thing going now. These punk-ass kids, they have their mustaches and then they curl up like this. Okay, so they come down and then they curl up. And now all these young guys that used to have the beards, remember when beards were real popular? Beard men. Well, now, this young, arrogant, I'm better than you, you're a piece of shit, white trash scumbag, and I'm so beautiful, and look at me, and you know, carries a mirror around everywhere he goes with him type people now wear these mustaches that come around, they comb them, you know, they got their little comb, and when they're not doing anything, you'll see them standing in the corner going like this and going like this. So yeah, this is that type of a fucking guy. And I said, you never heard of Schrader, huh? And he goes, no. I said, you work in a bike store and you don't even know what a Schrader valve is? So I opened the inner tube up to see if it's a Schrader valve or a Presta valve. And then I finally realized that 2 of the inner tubes are Schrader valves. And I said, well, I don't want these. I need the other ones here. Well, that's a Schrader valve. That's a Presta valve. Which one do you want? I said, I thought you didn't know the difference. He goes, that's a Schrader valve, sir. Are you what type of inner tube? I said, you know what, motherfucker, fuck you. I said, you're sitting there behind the counter, and you're using your arrogancy to make me feel like shit and look like a dumbass. I said, what's your angle, dude? Why are you doing that? I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? I'm not doing that. Huh. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm selling you some inner tube. You just told me you don't know what a Schrader valve is. Then you come back and say, that's a Schrader valve, that's a Presta valve. What do you want, sir? What can I do for you? Fuck you. Take your inner tube and go fuck off. All right? And another thing is, I probably won't come back to your fucking bike store because you're a piece of shit and you're supposed to represent this company and you treat people like crap. You pick and choose who you want to treat nice and who you want to treat like an asshole. When I walked in there, I was sanding on this car all day yesterday and I was dirty. I'm sorry that I work for a living, Mr. This guy, fuck up, jerk. I'm telling you. Then you get home and you start thinking about it. And I'm telling Minnie, I said, this is bullshit. Seems like every fucker I run into in this town is a fucking asshole. So I told Minnie, I said, let me ask you a question. Is it me? Am I the one that's the asshole? I don't understand here. And that's what it does to you when you are around these type of people. So, anyway, I went to another bike store. They didn't have them, so then I had to go to another bike. There's like 6,000 bike stores in this town. And the people that they have working in these bike stores, they're not locals, okay? And they're not permanent residents. They're temporary residents that come here for the season so they can, act cool and look at me. And I work in this bike store. And I'm going to do this and did. And they really don't even fucking have a job. It's just a temporary job just so they can hang out here and be the in crowd. America, or should I say the world, never used to be like this. This is part of the problem we have. Is this guy right here. See, this guy and this guy here. Okay, and this guy here. All right? Self-centered, vain, pathetic people. Now, here's another problem we have. I was actually going to have a talk with the guy that runs the place that I know that works there, but then I thought that would be bullshit. Why should I talk to him? Because Mr. Employee is going to see him before I am, and then he's going to tell him his side of the story about this guy came in, giving me problems, blah, 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 and stormed out of here cussing. And then, let me see that. Let me look and see. And then they're going to go look at the video footage from the cameras, and they're going to see me standing there, and him, and then, of course, me, wow, whoa, wow, woo, wee, wah, wah. And then going to make me look like it's all my action. But that's the other problem we have here, is that everywhere you go, there's a fucking camera. I wouldn't be surprised if you go into public bathrooms and there's fucking hidden cameras up in the air vents watching you, taking a shit or taking a piss. I'm dead serious. I don't know how many articles that I have read about these scumbag fucking Airbnbs that get caught having cameras, hidden cameras throughout the houses. I don't know how many articles and how much research I've done that these people that own these Airbnbs are putting hidden cameras. They have cameras that are as big as a fucking screw on an electrical outlet. All right? They have Bluetooth cameras that you can literally put on your plug and it looks like a screw. It looks like a fucking screw. And they got these cameras. This one house got busted. This Airbnb house got busted with cameras. And I think they said they found 250 cameras, 250 plus cameras throughout this house. They literally busted a wall in a shower, in the shower stall. They busted the walls out and found 12 cameras hidden in the walls of this fucking shower. And you want to stay in a fucking Airbnb. Yeah. The world, I mean, I'm not even going to say the world. I'm not even going to say shit about it because everybody knows what's going on. And if you're not wise to it and you're not waking up, then there's nothing I can do, okay? To be honest with you, I'm actually sick and tired of talking about all this shit. I get on here and do these live videos and you know, all I'm doing is repeating myself over and over and over again. All right? I don't watch the news, so I really don't know what's going on in the politics except for word of mouth this and word of mouth that. I hate the LGBTQ, and I think it's disgusting and pathetic, and it's the work of the devil. I've already said that 6,000 times. I hate organizations like BLM
Because no, black lives don't matter. It doesn't have anything to do with black lives. Doesn't have anything to do with black people. So no, I don't like BLM. We got Antifa out there that is nothing but a wretched paid organization to disrupt society, and the law enforcement is being paid off to let them do that. You know, we already know all this. We already know everything that I talk about, and I'm sick and tired of talking about it. It's over. I'm not gonna come on here on a weekly basis and, you know, put myself in jeopardy on my YouTube channel that I've had for 15 fucking years, that I don't even get a lot of fucking views on. Okay, to satisfy you, the viewer, to see me holler and scream and bitch and complain. Now, I didn't want to come on here and do this and bitch and complain about everything going on, but the guy at the bicycle shop really pissed me off because he's a piece of shit and Mr. Arrogant fucking punk that he is. And that's how most of the people in this fucking town are. But then you look at yourself, and I'm going to repeat myself, and you tell yourself, is it me? Am I the fucking problem here? Because I'm starting to think I am. Because I'm an honest fucking guy, and most of these people aren't. So that makes me the problem. And I will not bow down to be a follower to scumbags like this. It will never happen. Most people, and I'm talking about you, the viewers, will not stand up for your rights. You'll get on a YouTube video like I got going here, and you'll make comments behind your screen, but you won't get on live action like I am or go out in the street and say what it's on your mind and let the people know that you're not liking it. You ain't going to do that. You're just going to take it up the ass, and you're going to continue to, you know, be the follower that you are and do what you're doing. Because to get a change made, it's going to take millions of people to do it. And when you're not willing to stand up and literally go out in public and tell people to fuck off like I did at the bike store yesterday, then nothing will change. Like I said, they will have me on video, and I don't know if they have sound, but I'm sure they do, because nowadays when you are being filmed in a room or an area or a store or a restaurant, they actually have sound on the video now, not just the video. So I'm sure he'll hear me tell that guy to go fuck himself. I don't like to be treated like this, and blah, 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 and I will be the bad guy. But you're not willing to go out and do that, see? You are the type of person that will go into the store and probably bow down to the piece of shit behind the counter, and, you know, you will apologize. Oh, I'm sorry that I gave you a problem. I didn't mean to. Oh, no problem, sir. It was your fault. You are a piece of shit. That's right, you are. You are. Bow down. Lick my asshole while you're at it. Yeah, okay. There's a person in this town, and you know what her license plate? I don't even know if it's a her. It might be a he. You know what the license plate says? Go home. So you live in a tourist town like Moab, Utah. That's where we're at. And you own a business in town taking money from tourists. That's why you got your business here. It's because it's a souvenir shop. You're taking their money, and you want them to spend their money in your store, but you have a license plate that says go home. Basically, get the fuck out of here. Give me your money. Get the fuck out. That's the kind of people that live here. Now, I'm not saying everybody that's here, okay, because there might be people in this town watching this video, and they might not watch the whole video and, you know, pick and choose words out of the conversation, because that's what another thing a lot of people do. They don't pay attention to what the fuck's going on. They just pick and choose and make their own minds up. So I'm not saying that everybody in this town are jerk-offs. There's a lot of nice people here. I've met a lot of people that are friendly and helpful and shake a hand, let's talk type people. But the ones that treat you like shit in this town, or this is anywhere, the ones that treat you like shit, make it seem like the whole fucking place sucks. We got a lot of comments today. You might have hurt his feelings. Cash me outside. No, it says cash me outside. How about that? J6 was a setup. I don't know what J6 is. Doing business now has become a battle of wits. That's exactly right. Doing business. You know, I was talking on one of my other videos last week, I think. You can't believe anything about any type of Google review whatsoever. Google reviews used to be that if somebody left you a review, they would, people would get on there and say, well, I want to see what his Google reviews are. Well, now you can't even do that and trust him because you can actually buy Google reviews. You can get 5 Google reviews for $100. The same company giving you the Google reviews can remove the bad Google reviews. Now, I don't even know what my Google reviews are on my business because I don't pay attention to that. Hopefully they're good. But yeah, that's what the world has come to. A real Michael Bristol says clown show. Exactly. I'm transgender. I use both bathrooms. Speaking of that, I was just talking to somebody on the phone yesterday. I think it was my truck driver buddy Blinky. And in the state of Maine, they are now voting on having transgender bathrooms in elementary schools. And his mom said that if they make it legal, that little boys and little girls can just randomly go in and use bathrooms at any time whatsoever together, she will quit her job. Well, I hate to tell you, you can quit your job, but that ain't going to put a dent in anything. I also mentioned that the big plan, all right, for the Illuminati or the One World Order or whoever the fuck you want to call them, is they want to promote LGBTQ and transgenderizing because within 100 years, if men love men and women love women and you don't have any sexual intercourse between the two, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? The human race will disappear. The human race will be gone. That is what LGBTQ is all about. Men loving men, women loving women. And there is no more little baby girls. There's no more little baby boys. There's no more human race. Within 100 years, there won't be anything. So, yeah. God created women and God created men for a reason. Think about it. So, like I said, this is probably the last live video of this action that we will have on here. And I want to thank everybody for joining in and, giving myself support. I haven't seen my subscriber grow. I asked people to subscribe to my channel. And I see that it's exactly the same as it was 3 or 4 months ago. I asked people to give me thumbs up. We got 322 people watching, and I got 67 thumbs. I don't want to ask anymore. I'm not asking. I'm going to be like the rest of the YouTubers. How about that? I'll be like all these, YouTubers got millions of views. I won't talk to you anymore. I won't acknowledge you. If you email me, you ain't going to get an email back. Don't call my phone. I don't give a fuck about you. Should I do that? Should I be that type of person? Should I follow the leader or should I be the leader? Don't take that for granted. That was just me talking. I'm not going to do that. But you kind of get the idea what's going on here. YouTube wants hits. YouTube wants people that are going to generate and create video content that is going to get millions of hits. Because if they work with a guy like me, they aren't going to make no money. And that's what the world revolves around, is money. Not God, not Jesus, not making a living or surviving, about money. Money, 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 money. Of course you need money to pay your bills. Of course you need money to buy groceries. Everybody knows that. But how much money do you really need? How much? You can only buy so much stuff in your life, and then your money is no good to nothing. You know, you want to talk about money? Look at this guy that runs Amazon. Bezos, is that his name? The richest, supposed to be the richest man in the world. We got millions and millions of people out there that are starving, living on the street. We got thousands and hundreds and thousands of homeless people. We got people that are homeless turning into drug addicts and prostitutes and just total trash. And we got this richest man in the world floating around on the most expensive boat in the world, lavishing in caviar and lobster tails and champagne, and not giving a rat fuck about anything to do with the human race, except I want your money. You know, everybody looks at this guy, Mr. Tesla. What's his name? I'm thinking about Bezos. Now we got Tesla. Yeah, that guy. Everybody looks at that fucking guy like he's some hero and he knows everything and he's the best thing in the whole world. Elon Musk. I'm going to tell you something about Elon Musk. You better watch your ass with this guy. There's something fishy about him, and something is not right. So, yeah, he's the same way. I don't see him giving the poor anything. I don't see him calling people on the phone. Hey, you know what? You work your ass off. I'm going to make you rich. I'm going to give you $1 million. I don't see them doing any of that. Nothing of the sort of anything. And that's why people like me aren't rich. I wasn't born to be rich, because if I was, I would give all my money away. I wouldn't keep it. I would fucking help people out. And I would say, you know what? That's a hard working month. You know what? Those people there, they can't afford to eat in this restaurant. I'm going to buy their dinner for them. I've done that before. I do that all the time, believe it or not. When I'm in a restaurant and I see an elderly couple and they look like they live on Social Security and they shouldn't even be eating in this restaurant, I will pay for their meal. I will go up to the cashier and say, I want to pay for those people's meal. There was this bum, and that's exactly what he was, a fucking bum. He was a punk-ass kid at the Love's gas station in Grand Junction just 2 days ago. Lazy-ass piece of shit that he is, should be out getting a fucking job instead of standing next to his gas hog fucking van that gets 5 miles to a fucking gallon. Got his fucking girlfriend packed up inside the van, and she's on the iPhone, playing on the iPhone. And then he had 2 dogs in there that looked like they were half starved and half dead. And he's standing in the back of course, he's facing all the traffic on the street. And he's standing there like this with a gas can at his feet. And he's got this fucking, Jamaica shit going on with these ugly ass nappy, did I say nappy? Rat infested fucking dreadlocks that just look like shit. His face is all squirrely and scrawly with fucking, looks like a drug addict. And then his girlfriend, she didn't look any better. She's hiding up in the fucking van. And he's not even asking people for nothing. He's just standing there. He ain't even lifting a finger to lift the fucking gas can up. Such a lazy piece of shit. I went ahead and bought him 5 gallons of fucking gas because he has 2 dogs in the only reason I did it, and I told him this, I said, the only reason I'm giving you gas is because you're 2 dogs. I said, you shouldn't even have dogs. You're not responsible enough to have 2 dogs that size, and you're out here begging for fucking gas. I said, where are you going? Oh, we're heading to Boulder. I said, you ever been there? Well, we're going to go out there for the season. Oh, okay, you're going to live in your van? Yeah, we're going to live out in the van, freewheel it. I said, here's your 5 fucking gallons. Get the fuck out of here. I looked inside his van. The reason I knew his girlfriend was in the van being a sloppy bitch was because I looked inside there and I saw her. And she was sitting at this makeshift table playing on her fucking iPhone. Probably on TikTok or Facebook. More than likely, he is a remote worker. I didn't ask him what he did for a living because I didn't want to, but yeah. So my friend Pete helps out people of every walk and race, whether I like them or not. And that's why I'm not rich. We got to go. Take it easy. And I hope everybody enjoyed this little short session of weekly live videos. We won't be having any more live videos on Saturday mornings. And we will get updates every now and then and go back to the norm of having a live video every now and then. So thank you. We hope that AJPS says, I enjoy your videos, not all, but most of them. You are one of the reasons that make me come here on YouTube. Thank you for keeping it real. Well, I appreciate that comment. We got Ed E. Kane, Maine. Thank you for joining in, Ed. I've seen Ed on here a lot, and I don't think I've ever commented his name. But thank you for joining in. We got the regulars, Mike Bristol, and all the gang. Please say hi to Minnie, Robbie, Fu Man Poo. Been here a very long time. He's been with me since the beginning. Thank you very much, Fu Man Poo. Kevin McCarthy, Jed Wenty, Mike James, Lance Jack. Lance Jack left me a message on my phone that said, fuck you. Now, why Lance Jack did that, I don't understand. He never did. I asked him why, and he never came back. But then Lance Jack's kind of a weird ass anyway. But I got to go to work. I got a lot to do today because I got to make money. All right? I got to make money too. And I definitely ain't doing that on fucking YouTube. I'm sorry that I am an outspoken person and like to tell the world how it is. But there is places and things out there that don't like that. And more than likely, this video will be shot down because they are now watching my videos that I make and are monitoring everything I do. So I just want to say thank you to the platform for letting me be on here for 15 consecutive years of being a YouTuber to the world and treating me like shit. I appreciate that, platform owners of this channel. Because I don't own this channel, they do. They are the ones that literally control it. I'm just the face in the box right here that you're watching. That's all I am. I gotta go. Take it easy, guys, and God bless everybody out there. You should always believe in Jesus Christ because Jesus Christ will guide you down the highway you need to travel. Trust me, that is where your riches lie, right there. We'll get one last look at my office one more time, and we're going to say goodbye.